Childline. I had the hostel to myself again that weekend. By some miracle, my sister called the payphone and I answered. We hadn't been in contact before that because my dad and stepmom forbid my siblings to contact me and vice versa. My sister knew that something was wrong, and it didn't take long for me to break down over the phone and spill the details of what was going on. She made me promise to write down the number of Childline, a non-profit organization that works to protect children from violence and further the culture of children's rights in South Africa. Although I didn't want to go through with calling them, she made me promise. So I made the call. I told them about all the times I was left in the hostel without food or supervision and about the physical abuse. I obviously failed to tell them that I was busted for shoplifting the week before. The idea of them stepping in and reaching out to my dad terrified me. I would much rather have put up with the abuse than create more trouble, more reasons for them to lash out at me. It took everything in me to make that call. After my dad and stepmom questioned and shouted at me for hours, they left me home in Botswana for the weekend as they made their way to South Africa to meet with Childline. I have no idea what happened in that meeting and whether or not it even happened. No one from Childline came to check on me or follow up to see if I was actually okay. My guess is they had no jurisdiction to do so since my home address was in Botswana, even though I was being schooled in South Africa. Because my cries weren't heard, I hesitated to speak up ever again. And when my dad and stepmom returned to Botswana and I was told that I was changing schools again, I didn't get to say goodbye to my friends in Zeerust, but neither did I have to look my peers in the eye, embarrassed and forever labeled as one of the girls who got caught shoplifting because she was hungry. In retrospect, taking me out of that school was one of the best things my dad could have ever done for me, whether he intentionally acted in my interest or not. Botswana doesn't have laws against corporal punishment. You can call the police here until you're blue in the face, but they will encourage me to hit you in this country, so try. She laughed before she started the slapping and scratching and pulling me around by my hair and slamming her fists into the top of my head as I ducked, taking it until my stepmom had enough and it walked away. Children who are abused don't hate their parents. They hate themselves.